Hey YouTube friends, time for an amplifier comparison. As you can see behind me, I have two identical Fender 65 Princeton Reverb reissues. They are the limited edition Knotty Pine version that came out around 2017. The amplifiers stock come with a Celestion Alnico Cream, which is a 90-watt speaker. I felt like that speaker sounded great, but it was a little chimey and a little bit more British than what I wanted from a Fender Princeton. So I'm experimenting with different speakers, and a friend of mine loaned me his Knotty Pine so that I could compare it to mine. Mine is the one with the cream knobs, and I put a Fat Jimmy C1270 speaker in it. It's a high efficiency, high wattage speaker. By the way, they are 12-inch speakers in both of these amplifiers. That's what comes stock, is the 12-inch Celestion. And in the Knotty Pine with the black knobs, it has a Jupiter 12LC speaker, which is a 50-watt speaker, and again, high efficiency. So let's have a listen to these amplifiers. This is a Fender 63 Custom Shop double-bound Telecaster with the Voodoo TE60 pickups installed. I do have some pedals engaged, and I'll just play the amplifiers side by side. Matter of fact, let's start with the Jupiter. That's the Jupiter. Here's the Fat Jimmy. That's the Fat Jimmy. Here's the Jupiter. I feel like the highs are just a little bit rolled off. And by the way, I've volume matched as best I can using the VU meter on the recorder. The volume knobs are both just a hair over 4. And I found with Fender amplifiers, in the volume swing, there's a point at which it goes from sounding good and quiet to where it just starts to bloom and it starts to become more inspirational. That's where I have these dialed up, and that's just a little bit over 4 on the volume knob. Treble on the Jupiter is at 5, but again, the speaker tone signatures have their own unique characteristics, so matching the EQ settings on both of these amps with different speakers would be meaningless, because the speakers impart, maybe one might have more treble, the other might have more bass, etc. So I've tried to optimize these for what sounds balanced for each amplifier. Both of them are musical, they both sound great to me. I welcome your thoughts and comments. But let me now just play a loop, a solo over it, and we'll see what you think. I'm on the Jupiter 12LC right now. Trying to get out of that loop elegantly so I can come right over to the other one. Here's the Fat Jimmy, same thing. just a couple clems just to show the human element. All right, so that's the Jupiter with the black knobs versus the Fat Jimmy. This is the amp with the cream knobs. Let me take you to the bridge, as they say. I'm going to engage. Let me turn on, I have a Vemurem Shanks ODS1. Now, by the way, when I push overdrive, that actually probably made the reverb sound just a little hot. It's just a hair over 3, so it's not a lot of reverb. But keep things equal. Here's the Fat Jimmy. They sound very different with drive. That's interesting. Coming back to the Jupiter. In the room, I'm hearing more mid-range, and the mid-range is a very musical sound when you're pushing overdrive. And so the Jupiter speaker sounded really good with mid-range. The Fat Jimmy sounds like bigger bass, maybe a little bigger treble, or rather there's a mid scoop that makes the bass and the treble sound a little accentuated, so it's got a crunchier sound to my ears. That doesn't mean that I can't optimize my tone knob on the guitar, the tone knobs on my overdrive pedals, or even on the amplifiers to get what I want. So I'm hearing very musical sounds from both speakers. Welcome all your thoughts. What do you guys think? I hope this was a good taste of the Fat Jimmy versus the Jupiter speaker. And again, with a fabulous Fender Custom Shop Telecaster. This is from around 2013. I've had this guitar for a while and just absolutely love this. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. You do that by clicking on the bell, and you'll be notified of content. I like to do a lot of comparisons that I think a lot of players are finding interesting, because sometimes you can't find the same gear in a shop, or you don't own the same gear to compare. So hopefully this brings value to your day. Thanks for watching.